What's up, everybody? This is Marcus, your MTT coach of the Academy of Poker, and today's topic for our short explanatory video is the reasons for success of poker players. And as always, before we start, make sure to leave a like, subscribe to our YouTube channel. In case you have any questions, make sure to post them in the comments below and follow us on all our social media so you're not missing out on any of our updates. And yeah, let's start right in here with some reasons for successful poker players and why they keep being successful. It might sound easy, but I think having a little overview about this should help because then you can use it as a checklist in case you have any problems with any of these things. So let's start into it. Hi guys, my name is Marcus. I'm an MTT coach of the Academy of Poker, and we have a great offer for you. Our current Academy of Poker course will only cost you 200 euros, but if you do it the right way, you can even get it for free. All you have to do is hit the link in the description below, get in contact with our managers, and you can start right away. And now, enjoy the upcoming video. First of all, of course, a strict bankroll management. It's key. There's nothing you can say about it. And when you don't have a good bankroll management, there is literally pretty much no chance for you to be successful in the long run. You will not sun run always. If you had a big score, the chances are not that big that even if you're a really, really good player, that you will always win every important all-in, that you will win big tournaments week after week after week, and you will have a dry time where you're not going to win anything for months, maybe even for a year or two. And for that, though, for those cases, you need a bankroll management that will be protecting your bankroll in those times. And of course, that means that also like you definitely know what you can play and how much you can play with that bankroll. Because of course, even you could have, let's say you have like 10k roll, but you play throughout every week you have binds of like $3,000 to $4,000. It's going to be hard to keep up that bankroll if you just need two bad sessions and your bankroll is pretty much gone. So that's what I mean by how much you can play. Of course, because it's really important to see on how many tables you do your best. Next up, again, really key, consistency. So you have to be really consistent in times for playing and even more important for studying. So you have to have set times for both things. You have a whole week to fill. Let's say you take some time to work out, to just have healthy living. Cooking, going for groceries, going into the gym, spend time with friends, with family. But for the rest, then, because actually you can do it like a normal 9 to 5 work, right? You have 8 hours a day, and let's say 3 out of the 7 or 4 out of the 7 days, you just use the 8 hours to study, go through spots you got throughout the other 3 days of you playing. So it's pretty much an 80-20, more or less. So like five after for 4 days of playing, you should have like uh no, it's yeah, five for 5 days of playing, have like one and a half, one of studying, pretty much. And yeah, here, so you should have set times. You could either just play a session, could most likely go around between 6 and 10 hours, and afterwards even go through some spots, or you do it the complete day afterwards. So there's differences you can go for, but the important thing is really to have a consistent schedule for that. Because if you never study, you will not make money in the long run, and if you never play, you will also not make money. So there has to be a good mix out of those two. Next up, patience. And this is when it gets back also to the bankroll management thing, because you have to be patient in case you ever have some big downswings. And believe me, they will come, and they might come really hard and crushing your mindset, your motivation for all these things. But you have to be patient here and go through that, and endure these. And whenever you have a session where you have 2, 3 tournaments where you end up 13th, 18th, 21st, stuff like that, it's just gonna happen, and you will be back on the final table once you get through this phase. I think I can even speak in a better way of this because like I had a really really annoying downswing now for over 2 months. It's not a long period, but I played quite a lot of tournaments, around like 2,000 tournaments during that time, 1.5 to 2,000 tournaments over 2.5 months, and actually even longer. Like I've been not running good for 6 months, but I had always like one or two scores that kept it still in the profit. But nevertheless, so it wasn't really going good. Like 99 out of 100 spots, you lose the key flip, you lose the key 60-40 or stuff like that. But yeah, then there will be better times. You just adjust your bankroll management a little bit. And for example, now you've seen it. You might have saw it on my Instagram. Won the bigger 440 last week for 2.3k. I got in the last stream, got third in a $10 one for $700, and yeah, had like a almost 3k profit in the last 2 weeks, which is almost not completely, but almost the money I lost during this downswing over the last few months. So that is pretty nice, and yeah, feeling really good. It was really hard throughout some time, but I kept being patient, kept streaming, kept playing, and looks like it's working out again. So pretty good. Yeah, I'm really happy I got through this time without too much damage, let's say. And next up, also again, it's linked to the bankroll management with which pretty much everything is strict rules on when to move up and down in stakes. Mostly for cash games, a bit easier because you can just say if I have 40 buy-ins for that, I can play it. If I have 60 buy-ins for that, I can move up a stake uh, and stuff like that. But just bankroll management in general, but also of course for MTTs, you can see your average buy-in if you keep track of your tournaments. You see the average buy-in, you see how many buy-ins you have. Like just have to see, okay, 5k, I have $10 average buy-in, I have 500 buy-ins. So you can see, okay, when I'm losing 1k, I still want to be at 500 buy-ins, so I'm going down to $8 average buy-in, which means you put out some $22 tournaments, you put out some of the 1650s, or you play more of the $5, the $4, the $3 ones. In that way, you can make it go down, go up in stakes. It's pretty easy. You just have to look like how much it changes when you use like the next session to see, okay, by playing this schedule now, I can go down $2, $3 an average buy-in, or the other way around. And of course, might sound hard, but relentlessness is also really important. So you have to have the desire to make any mistake you having go away and always be the best player at the table. Whenever you're at a table, you want to be the best player. You want to be able to outplay everybody, to outsmart everybody, and to just use just to pressure them making mistakes instead of yourself making some, costing yourself money. That's why, again, studying is so important because you can only find out your mistakes by either going through that on your own or having friends, having coaches to help you find those mistakes because it's not always easy as you think, okay, I think I played this hand perfectly, I just got unlucky. But if that happens 5 to 10 times and you still think you're not making any mistakes, there's definitely some mistake you're doing. And yeah, in that way, it will be easier to find that out. And last but not least, we have also some more reasons, which is, of course, the environment. So people and things around you, which is, of course, first of all, supporting people around you. So family that do understand how the game works. And I don't mean the rules of the game because in general they're not that hard to understand, but I mean that you can have swings. So as said, you can have a $3,000 profit month, but you can also have a $5,000 loss month, and it's sometimes really hard to explain that to a person. For example, when everybody in your family earns around 2 or 3 thousand euros or dollars a month, and that's their whole salary. They're not any. It's not more. It's not less. But it's the way it is. And when you tell them, "Oh, I lost $5,000 this month," it's 2 months of work for them, and they are living with that money every day. And it's sometimes really hard to understand. And they might be frightened. They might be afraid that you lose all your money, that you have gambling problems and stuff like that. So it's really important that they understand how the game works, that there could be such swings, but that you have it, you know how to work with it, you have your bankroll management, and you don't have to invest any money from your own money, so to say, because you have it all on your like it's on your poker accounts, and you use just that money. And for me, for example, I haven't. I haven't deposited any money in, I don't know, 3-4 years or so. That like I didn't had to. It was just like for a new poker site where I put in some money, or I had a really nice bonus code to use or something like that. But other than that, it's been years since the last time I had to refill my poker account. Next up, as I said just a slide earlier, other poker players around you that are either on your level or even higher or in a better level, to just talk about strategy, talk about hands with you, talk about maybe new interesting strategy things that come up position wise. They might have found out some really nice leaks for really good players in three bet pots in specific positions and stuff like that, and that might help you quite a lot. And last but not least, the possibility also to relax without any stress and to get your head off of poker as well. So meaning if you live somewhere where you can just go out for a walk, maybe just relax the evening, don't say any stuff about poker, just talk about sports, talk about politics, and just have fun time with your friends, with your family. Now, to end it up, two small examples of people, of poker players who have been really, really successful, and their poker story is, yeah, only path by really making good decisions, being consistent as player. And first of all, we got Henry Bühler. He's a German living in Austria now. He started in 2016 with just $100 in bankroll. He started streaming, so he's also one of the rather early streamers, and he's still pretty young. I think he's 22, 23 or something like that. And yeah, he started in 2016 with $100. He just played $1 sit and goes on stars, on full tilt, and moved up a little bit, or moved up pretty much by winning a lot of $5 MTTs on full tilt poker, as he says on his own. And yeah, he's been doing really, really well. He's a signed pro for at least 1.5 years now with Natural 8, which is a part of GG Poker. And you can see him everywhere. He's playing the 1Ks, he's playing the $500 tournaments almost every day when he's streaming a lot still. He went to the WSOP, had a sick cash for 150 or $200,000 just last year. He won many tournaments online over the last years, and yeah, his graph is just going this way. So one part really we see, and he's studying a lot, and yeah, just a really successful example. And next up, actually a buddy of him as well, Hristivoje Pavlovic. You wouldn't know, but he's from Australia, but he's better known as Pav. All in Pav is his nickname, and it's for him it's about the same. Like he's, as you see, he's part of Team Online on Party Poker. He started with around $400. It took him a little more time in regards to being broke 1 or 2 times, because he had a little bit more trouble in the private time, so he had to move because in Australia online poker wasn't allowed anymore, so he had to find another place, move to New Zealand if I'm remembering correctly. And yeah, it was a bit harder for him, but it's the same. And he's definitely, you will find him online almost every day. I think last year he was by far the player who played the most tournaments, and was just streaming the most time, and it's always poker on him. And not only there might be some who played like a similar time or streamed a similar time, but he's just playing all the high stakes poker as well. And yeah, he's just yeah, he's pretty much a role model when it comes to this. He's studying a lot, he's playing really nice, and he's putting in the scores as well, which you see led him to being Party Poker Team Online Pro, and Henry to being Natural 8 Pro. So they also have like some safety in there, because of course they represent the brand. They do get some money. They'll probably get some other perks for playing on the sites, maybe some extra tickets, or they can play live events for free, or as a sponsored pro, so they get like stacked for that and this. But they just deserved it. They earned it. They did everything in the world to become one of the best, and nowadays they are definitely one of the best players out there. This is going to be it for today's video. If you have any other examples, or if you have questions about those things, let me know in the comments. As always, guys, have a good day, good luck at the tables, and we'll see each other in the next video. Bye.